Hello, City United and friends around the world. Glad you joined us on this Good Friday. On this day, you and I remember what Jesus did on our behalf as he went to that cross to die in our place. On the night before Jesus was crucified, Jesus was with his disciples in the Garden of Gethsemane, and Jesus was struggling with what was coming next. In Mark chapter 14, we read this, "And he, Jesus, took with him Peter and James and John, and began to be greatly distressed and troubled. And he said to them, My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch." And going a little further, he fell on the ground and prayed that if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. Verse 36 now. And he said, "Abba, Father, all things are possible for you. Remove this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will." This is what I love. When the time came, Jesus was obedient and carried out his Father's will. Paul described it this way in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 21. It says this, "For our sake he made him to be sin who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God." Love that. This Sunday, of course, is Easter. And I've been thinking a lot about it lately, about the disciples of Jesus and what it was like for them on the Saturday, that Sabbath after the crucifixion, like tomorrow, all right? Judas, of course, the betrayer, had committed suicide. The other disciples on that Friday, most of them were paralyzed with fear, and most of them had left Jesus' side, certainly by the time he got to Golgotha. If you think about it, nothing seemed normal. Everything in a short period of time had been turned literally upside down. Less than a week ago, he came riding into Jerusalem, was hailed king, and by Saturday, Jesus' body laid in a borrowed tomb under the watchful eye of the Roman Empire. On that Good Friday, even the sun itself wouldn't cooperate. Matthew 27 records this, "At noon, darkness fell across the whole land until 3 o'clock. Now, that same darkness that covered the hillside during the day on Friday, I'm sure that same overwhelming sense of gloom and darkness enveloped the remaining disciples on that Saturday. Their king, their Messiah, their Savior, their teacher, their friend was gone. And they wondered if they too would be wanted men. That Sabbath screams with silence in the Bible. And I am sure that despair and fear hung over them, and that time must have crawled on that day. Would there be a knock at the door? Would they be taken away and arrested? I want you to think a little bit. Remember back to what it was like in 2020. COVID swallowed up much of our hope, and at Easter it felt like we were in a giant cloud of darkness and uncertainty. However, the Saturday before Easter in 2020, God knew what was going to take place on Easter Sunday and what Easter would bring. Hope is always right around the corner. Psalm 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and our strength, always ready to help in times of trouble." In John 16 and verse 33, it says this, "I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world." On the Saturdays of your life, when things seem bleakest, my friend, Jesus reminds us that this life, there will be trials, there will be uncertainties, there will be gloom, there will be despair, there will be pain, there will be sorrow. But Jesus says, "Child, hold your head up, because I have overcome the world." Thinking back to our disciples on that Saturday, God the Father, our great refuge, knew that Sunday was coming, and that not only did the physical sun shine again, but his Son would rise again as well. Psalm 46, that started out as "God is our refuge and strength," ends with this great promise. In verses 10 and 11, it says this, "Be still and know that I am God, and I will be honored by every nation. I will be honored throughout the world. The Lord of the heavens' armies is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress." Wow. My friend, if you're experiencing a dark and gloomy day today on this Good Friday, just like the disciples did so many years ago, we need to rest and be still in the knowledge that He is our God. And you know what? Sunday is on the way.